Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Majestix Heroclix podcast. My name is Jeff, and as always, my co-host Patrick.
Hey, so one thing, something that bothers me.
Uh-oh,
So,
I didn't do it.
no, it's not you, but
Okay.
just a little pet peeve of mine. You know what's really annoying is when you're telling, let's say you're telling a story or you're making a point about something, about you're either having a debate or discussion or whatever, and somebody jumps in and they interrupt you and it goes completely off topic of something, and then you don't get to finish what it is you were saying because everybody just moved on to the next thing, and you're like, son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
It happens a lot when you're doing, and then like maybe because something like, oh my god, check that out, oh my god, look what happened, like there's a fight, and everybody looks at that, and then you're like, okay, well now we can't go back to finish my story because like you got distracted by the
Yeah.
fucking
Excuse
shiny
me, I'm in
light.
the middle of something, guys.
Yeah, exactly, and you don't want to say it to like, okay, can we go back to it? Because now you're just like, okay, well the time had passed because now everybody moved on to the next thing. You're like, fuck.
Yeah,
But the proper thing to do if somebody does that is to say, I'm sorry, you were saying, done.
exactly.
Just like in
That's a genuinely thing to do.
yeah, exactly. And it's so annoying when I see that, and it's like that happens. I've witnessed it. I've seen it. I always try to make sure that I say, okay, you were finished. Okay, sorry about that. You were saying about this. I always try to do that because I hate when that happens to me, and I see that a lot. And I'm just like shaking my head when I see these uh these little discussions, and then someone jumps. It's always some stupid thing like you say something and it reminds that person of something else, and then they jump in, oh yeah, real quick, remember this, and they go, oh yeah, 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 and then like, well,
Then you
hello, I'm still
decide.
here. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
my
then
wife
boom,
gets mad at me
done.
for that sometimes.
Yeah, so
No,
you did do it.
no, yeah, not yeah. I'm guilty of it personally, and I try and be courteous and remind myself that I'm not the only person in the conversation. So,
Anyway, because I've seen that like in the last couple weeks at least twice, like in
dang,
store, and I'm just like, oh god. But
some people like the center of attention, man.
but it's just weird. um Anyway, so all right, so we had the
There was a big event this past weekend, right?
yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
something like Worlds or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was pretty cool, dude. So
So
our new champion of HeroClix,
youngest champion ever, huh?
yeah, Isaac, the man.
And
I can't say the man because he's not.
I know,
The
dude.
teenager,
You know what's you know
but
what's
he is
weird?
the man.
You know what's okay, so he was also the 2017 or 2018
Nationals champion.
national champion, and then he's the 2019 world
So he
champion.
was what 13 at the time for the
13.
Nationals.
And then
Uh,
before that, he was 10 when he won the 2015 Rock World Cup.
wow. Okay, so this kid's got a resume.
Dude. And then in 2017, they won Team War. I'm sorry, 2016. I think it was 2016. Was it 16 or 17? They won the 3v3. Yeah, 2017. They won the
Oh,
3v3 Rock Cup 3v3.
okay, nice.
Like the 4 points. So he's just basically getting it
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Um
He's won more events than some of the other top
Dude, that's
ranked
insane.
players
So
have.
so he's it's like mind blowing because he's only 14, and when Paris won, he was, I believe, 19,
Hmm.
19 or 20, right? So he was the
So still
youngest,
young, yeah.
right? He was the youngest, and now Isaac won it at 14. That's that's like the gap. That's like a mile.
No, it's
Like
huge.
I was saying this about earlier. I was like, it's like
It's
you
almost like a
run a
different.
it's like you won a marathon
Uh
and you won by like an hour.
huh. Yeah,
You know,
but it's almost like
that's
a
how
different like
far.
age division, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you're so far. It's like you're running like a different race. You're in a
Exactly.
different level, and I'm just like, dude, that five,
But
6 years. That's a long time,
yeah, but he gets
especially when you're still a
game.
kid.
Like he gets the
Yeah,
tacticial of it.
tactician.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tactician. Yeah.
or
Uh,
tactical part. Yeah, it's
yeah, the
crazy.
tactical part. Uh, yeah. I'm sure, and, just playing other people in general. There's the whole mind game of an opponent. So
Let me tell you a quick
to get the head above his
quick
peers.
story. Back in 20 2015, when Isaac first burst on the scene. 2015 Worlds. Um, I think this was when it was in Origins, the first year they did Origins. So Ed uh, Ed brings Isaac. He brings his son. He's 10, just learning, kind of learning, but he picked it up real quick, right? He played in the qualifiers,
Hmm.
and he was playing pretty well.
Nice.
And everybody was like, "Wow, this kid's really good." Like for 10, like, geez, not only for 10, but like he was just better than a lot of the people there.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Ed. I was like, "Wow, this guy, like, where have you been hiding him? He just came." He's like, "Well, he's only 10." I'm like, "Okay, that's true." He's like, "We." He told me they had a plan from like age 7, 8, and 9 was when he started teaching him from like this, and then you know we learned the powers and the special powers at age 9, and then
Okay.
at age 10 he's gonna go play in his first event, right? And then I remember him saying they had like a 3, 4 year plan to get to the world championship
Oh wow.
back then.
Yeah.
And I remember, wow, that I was thinking, wow, that's very ambitious.
Uh-huh.
But
It is.
like, because I'm thinking, wow, he's gonna be like 14 or 15 or whatever. I'm like,
Uh,
wow, okay, all right, but the Heroclix is it's very tough to like be that good. And
yeah.
you know, after he won the 20, oh, and I remember him, and I remember Paris said this too because we were both there. In 2010 when Isaac won or in sorry, 2015 when he won the Rock World Cup,
Hmm.
he goes, uh, Ed says, "Well, we're ahead of schedule." Because he wasn't expecting to win
That's
the Rock Cup until
hilarious.
later on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, geez, okay. I'm like, well, maybe there's something to this because he won it at 10. I'm like, all right. And then we fast forward to this year and we're like, Ed is like, he's like a prophet.
Yeah. Jeez.
Or just very, very good at like forecasting.
Yeah.
Because I
Well,
remember
someone's
having
training the
I
kid, right?
remember having that conversation with him, and then here we are at
Yeah.
14 and he's a world champ. That's crazy.
Dude,
So,
yeah. So he's what, a freshman in high school, I think?
dude, maybe he
Yeah.
could still be in 8th grade.
This is true. That's crazy.
So, yeah, what were you doing at 14
Not much. Playing
besides
video games, not very
exactly
well.
right?
Maybe I think Pokemon had just come
Playing with
out.
more than just video games.
Uh, since eighth
Um,
grade.
that's like so. It's amazing, and he had to go through some pretty good. Like I think bring up the bracket, huh?
Yeah.
You have it up there
Let's share the
because
bracket.
he had a pretty good he had a pretty tough road. I think he had to go through Easton in the top four. That's you have to do like some would say that's the finals.
Yeah. All right. So here's our bracket, guys. So
But
he
yeah,
was
so
on.
he
Oh
had
yeah,
to go through Patrick Fraser,
the
who
national
is the
champion.
national champion this year,
Yeah.
and he had to go to Easton, who is second
Second place.
place
That.
at Nats and second place at Worlds, and second place like just a bunch of times, and also a team world champ.
Yeah.
And then Robert Williams, who plays with Dustin. They play
Okay.
basically the same team.
Yeah. Dustin and Robert teams were I think identical except for one piece or so, a couple IDs.
Yeah,
But
and he played the pin pocket tank instead of
yeah,
the
the
floor.
Flora.
Yeah, so
And then
that's pretty
yeah,
cool.
dude, that was quite the field to go through. It was no
But
joke.
okay, well, we might as well jump into while you have it up here. Let's look at the top 8 list.
All right. So, oh, damn, wrong one.
So, if you go down, there we go.
All right. First place, Isaac Arnold Berkowitz. That was an 80-point astronomer with the. Oh, no, so the 80 points is with the bearer of
Hmm.
Infinity, Trader with the bearer, Gardener with the bearer trait, Trelane, 30-point Prime Q, 20-point Groot, 5-point Boxing Ring, 15 points of IDs. He had Jubilee, Iceman student, Beast student, Jean Grey student, and Cyclops student. The sideline character he had for Beast was the one from Regenesis. The Iceman was also from Regenesis. Cyclops, SR, Chase, Jean, and then the Jubilee. Doesn't say which one.
Well, there's only one that you
Yeah.
right now. It's
So
the Xavier School. That's
okay,
why,
yeah.
because there isn't
So
another one.
okay, that makes sense. So yeah, that is the champion team right there. Cosmic theme +6.
Wow, what do you know?
Oh, the maps were Muck Time and Underground Caverns.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely not a Kobik team. So that was definitely, this is a, I want to say kind of what Isaac usually does is it's a little bit of all the good teams
Hmm.
put together. And he does that beautifully. So yeah, what are you thinking, Pat?
Well, remember last week I was talking about when I was talking about the dice manipulation, how the BS of that is.
Yeah.
Uh, and we see it right now because two of the top four teams have a Q Prime,
Hmm.
and this one has Trelane. So because of the Trelane, in my opinion, having the extra dice manipulator
Oh,
can
definitely.
change the outcome of a game because you're turning hits into misses into hits, or you're rolling super senses and whatnot. Um, this and that's what I was saying. Uh, remember, like that. I wouldn't be surprised if that was like on the winning team, or if that
Yeah.
was like the most prevalent thing. That's the most
Yeah.
highest
I think we
uptick or
both
whatever.
decided Prime Q is going to be the on the winning team.
Um, so yeah, price check on this probably $300.
Yeah.
But so one of the things
Trelane's going to go up to
when we were
100
complaining
again.
about this before was one of the reasons. It wasn't the reason, but one of the byproducts why that original Scarlet Witch that had the similar power
Hmm.
was on the watch list was because her effect said after all dice have been determined, dice rolls have been determined.
Yes.
That's what it says on her card, something like that.
Hmm.
So basically, it was after all probability controls,
Yeah, which is what the rule is now.
which is what the rule is now. But it wasn't the rule back then because there was no such thing as that. There was no Migsy, right? It was just
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch. So because of that, her hex power, which can basically subtract 3 from your attack roll,
Yeah.
changes the outcome of attacks to an extraordinary level.
Yeah.
So, and there were no limits. So, what they did was they said, okay, well, let's just limit it to 3 per character so that balances it. It still made her really good, but now you can't just infinitely put tokens on somebody so they can just never hit you.
Yeah.
And that was what the reasons what we argued with the judges back then who were looking at this. We're like, hey,
Hmm.
this shouldn't be after the die roll. This should be before the die roll because you eliminate the luck factor of the dice.
Yeah.
Because like that's the whole point is you're supposed to be rolling dice, which is,
You're
like
taking,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. So they're also one of the reasons why they took out the cop car penetrating damage part from the GCPD cruisers was because you didn't have to roll the dice to win at all.
Yeah. You just,
And
it was the Ram thing, right? Or was it,
no, it was just
it
it's
was,
literally what the shredders do.
oh, okay.
But there's
That's,
one difference. Back then, there was no invincible yet. The pink
oh,
powers weren't in effect.
oh, that's rough.
It wasn't in effect until I want to say Iron Man, right?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like
I,
Iron Man was the first.
before I
But
played.
um before that, there were no invincible, so the cop cars were overpowered because there was nothing to stop them from damaging people from just running into them.
Yeah. Okay. That makes
So
sense.
that's why they put them on the watch list because you won, like you can win a whole tournament without rolling one die.
It
Because you
eliminates the
could play
dice from the dice game.
yes, and so because you're eliminating the dice rolls and that variance from the game,
Hmm.
it's no longer about the you don't have any more any luck factor. Similarly, if you do that with the die rolls for Q and Migsy and stuff like that, Trelane,
Hmm.
you're eliminating the die rolls to an extent because you know what the die roll is going to be already, and then you're changing it
Yeah.
after.
So
So if you do the change, it should be
the dice roll,
before you apply the probability control.
because then you could prob out of it and still have a
Yes,
chance
and
to
then you
hit.
still have a chance. Now there's no chance. I saw on the top in the finals.
Hmm.
I think the guy needed like a 5 or a 6 to hit, right?
Hmm.
And he has Trader and he has Nick, one with the time gem and one has Unseen. Sorry, who just has prob.
Yeah. No, I knew what you meant.
The guy rolls a 6 and a 1.
Ooh.
All right, he rolls a 6 and a 1, and he hits. He needs a 6. He hits,
Yeah.
and he has Trader and Unseen there,
Yeah. Should have been a good
and
day.
and then like, oh, perfect, right? Isaac goes, "Are you done?" He's like, "Are you going to use probs?" And then you know why he asked? Because there's a 1 showing on Isaac's die.
Oh, yeah,
A 1 or like a 4 or something so a low number.
yeah.
So he
He's
gets
not
like,
gonna
oh
hit
shit.
anymore.
So he's like, well, I'm not gonna hit anymore. So let me prob this.
Yeah,
Probs it. Uh, he hits and then he replaces, right? So like
yeah.
that was it. Okay. But then there was another time when the same thing happened. He probs his attacks into a miss. So Isaac didn't have to replace anything anymore.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. So you're
Because
hurting yourself.
yes, because you rolled now you rolled the 7 that you needed to hit, but because you don't want him to replace your die before or
Yeah.
after, he uses a prob with unseen or traitor and then rolls a miss.
So yeah. So he's not gonna replace it anymore, and he still
He's
has
not
that
gonna
number.
replace anymore. So he's like, cool, I still have my 2 showing. Awesome. That's way too strong. Way too strong. And
Yeah.
I just have this feeling that that's going to be such a problem that changes the fundamental way of how you play the game because that's not how it's supposed to be.
I know this one click figure is causing so much turmoil.
And you can play 3 of them. You can play Q, Q, and Trelane.
Yeah. It's
That's 130 points
yeah, that's not much.
to make sure that they miss.
Well, that's what we were talking about is what similar to something what Robert played is throwing out
Oh my god.
the Daredevil. So,
Yeah. Oh my god.
yeah.
So
You're never
that
gonna hit.
that that could be a thing too, right? Like like you just play all the good stuff and you just play like Daredevil and stuff. You don't even need to
Yeah.
play theme anymore. You just have these guys that are there to just stop you from doing anything.
Yeah.
So,
It's
um, I mean, all right.
yeah,
So
if you can't
that's I
hit.
guess
That's yeah, we'll stay on topic for Isaac's team. Sorry
yeah.
about that, sir. My apologies.
Let's go to the second place team.
All right. So this is a double trader Gardner team, unseen, Mangog, Groot, Flora, Nightbringer, 20 points of IDs, which is Sprite, Rusty, B student, Gene student, Cyclops students, and a Wolverine wanted.
Yeah,
The maps are the Prison Tier and the King's Tomb.
yeah. King's Tomb, man. That's rough.
Dude, that map devastated a lot of people this weekend.
Yeah. Gardner again. It's another. So both finals are the final
Top
table
four.
was Gardner Trader. 3 out of the 4 are
Yeah.
Gardner Trader teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just it's Gardner Trader plus whatever else you want.
Yeah, that's pretty much the new trader
Yeah,
Kobik team.
and then obviously Easton's there
Uh,
with he actually played the Kobik.
he played the Kobik unseen with a Q. So he had
Yep.
a 20-point Groot, Flora, suited henchman, reality gem, Wakanda location bonus, 20 points of IDs, Iceman student, Rusty Beast student, Gene student, Cyclops students, and a Gene faculty. Maps are the Wakanda, Bifrost, and campsite. Can't think off the top of my head what the
I don't know.
campsite is.
Maybe that could be the Skull campsite. I don't know. Skull camp.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I feel like The Rock put out a camping map.
Maybe I haven't really kept up with that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
One of my
another
guys
cosmic.
brings him in every week or month.
Mhm.
Dustin Cedar, so similar teams
Same.
as a second
It's just
place.
same thing
Uh,
except it's Pim Tank instead of a Groot. I'm sorry, Flora.
Flora, and I think
He has
his
the Harley.
IDs are a little different.
He has Harley
Yeah,
because he has more points to fit. So
Harley is a very good call-in. Again, rocking the Prison Tier and King's Tomb.
yep.
Mr. Daniel
Great.
Powell, Unimind for life.
Look at another cosmic.
Yeah. Looks like what, fifth place?
Oh,
Unimind.
it's fifth through eighth. I mean,
Okay.
it's right there.
Okay.
Because
Fifth through eighth.
we don't know the order. It's just
Oh,
fifth through
okay.
eighth.
I thought it was in order. My apologies.
No. Well, I mean, I
Uh,
put fifth through eight right there.
Yeah. Was it Unimind, Unseen, Groot, Flora, Spider-Mobile, Reality Gem, Remaker Ring, Nightbringer, 14 points of ID, Storm, Bounty, Jubilee, Jean Grey student, Cyclops students. His maps were the Amok Time, King's Tomb, Poison Ivy Greenhouse. His choice of blue flames were Thanos Prime, Macquarie, and Cersei. So it's a
Alright.
little different than I think what I haven't seen him play the Spider-Mobile before with it.
I think that gives some kind of a probably gives some kind of bonus or I'm sorry, gives you some kind of defense of something, maybe.
Yeah, I forget what it does. It's been a while, but yeah, it's one of those location bonuses. So that's that. Next one is a mystical theme team. Lucas Van Hollen. He had a 50-point Strange and 6 Tri-Sentinels at
Yeah,
30
that's
points.
that's crazy.
That's a lot of Tri-Sentinels. 25-point Alex Wilder and Billy Batson.
What
Uh,
is his map? What's map bonus 9 or 8?
it's 9 mystical. He's got the 0 ring. Oh, so that's good. So he can just create the blocking and then shoot it with the Tri-Sentinel to do the poison damage. That's pretty. I like that. 15 points of IGs is Skids, Rusty, Beast Student, Cyclops Student, Iceman, Hedge Mage, and Underground Caverns. Lots of blocking
That's
terrain there.
well,
I
yeah. The
like
hedge
this. I
maze
like
is
this
the
team.
main one. I think the main
Huh?
is the hedge maze. The main one's the hedge
Yeah.
maze for him because he could see
Uh,
over to shoot.
yeah. Yeah. I like that team. That's very. That's honestly, it's probably the most original we've seen
Hmm.
so far. Monsters with Tyler Spees.
Yeah, this is the one that I like this team. I just you have no problem.
It's rough. Yeah.
You
Uh,
miss. It's
yeah.
hard. I mean, Skeets does give you a lot though. He gives you +1 attack. He has PD.
Yeah. So it
So
has the Skeets, double whales, Surtur, Groot, and double Carnages, Iceberg Lounge,
oh, I
14.
think he's +8. I think I
No, it's 7.
7. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Um, was a Rusty student, Gene student, Cyclops student, Cyclops faculty. He is also rocking the Underground Cavern, Iceberg Lounge, and Poison Ivy's
Yeah.
greenhouse.
Who did he lose to? Scroll up. He lost to, I believe, Easton.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a revenge.
Yeah. Got you.
You
Got you
know
there.
that uh well first of all just letting you guys know that Isaac and his dad are writing a tournament report for the site, so which is cool.
Very nice.
But I when I see these teams that are like the high theme teams,
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if they're losing because they don't win map and they don't go to the map that they want to go to. I would like to know what that is. Because like let's say if you look at what's his name, Lucas's team, right? It
Yeah.
looks pretty solid, right? But what if he loses map? Does he just like what if they get on a muck time, then what happens?
There's not a lot of blocking terrain. He's
Yeah.
got the
So
0 ring, and
it's pretty cool.
that's one free or barrier, but
That's only one square though on a muck time. What are you gonna do? They can just hide everywhere. They can just
exactly.
go away from it. And also, oh, who did he lose to? Let's go up. Let me see. Um,
To Dustin Cedars, the Gardner
Dustin.
team.
So,
So Dustin
huh?
probably won map and took him to what do
What
you
are his
call
what's the map? Go look down there. See his
it?
map.
Dustin was doing Prison Tier King's Tomb.
But isn't that bad? Can't they just run through?
Do they have improved movement?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah.
I feel like it's bad because they just run through and kill you.
Yeah, I don't know then.
Unless he's actually hitting him with Gardner with those attacks, just
Yeah,
dash. That's interesting. Oh, I'm also wondering if maybe he threw the tank at them and just like smashed everybody.
that probably had something to do with it
Because
too.
there's
Because you can get
6 of
3 with
them.
the tank, right?
It's very hard for them to maneuver where they're not touching
Yeah.
touching each other, for lack of a better term. So
So
all right,
yeah, that's possible. All right.
that's 7 out of 8 teams that are theme teams,
Yeah.
except for the last one.
Except for the last one. Patrick Frazier, our defending national champion.
Yeah.
So Kobik, Trader, Sheriff Strange, Mangog, Surtur, 0 ring, 19 points of IDs with the Wolverine faculty, a Beast student, a Jean Grey student, Cyclops faculty, Stark Tower, and Underground Caverns.
So he opted to break theme with Sheriff Strange, huh?
Yeah, this is very similar to what Isaac played at Nationals, except for I believe he had a Ironheart instead of a Surtur.
Hmm. Yes,
Um,
yes, yes.
so I
The
personally like the
recal is
team.
here. Yeah,
Uh,
because he could do the whole. the Kobik Sheriff Strange Mangog trick, right?
Yeah, and that's rather effective. Yeah, and just Kobik Trader in general is a good combo, and the Sheriff Strange to nerf the IDs is always very
Yeah,
helpful.
but
So
you know what he's doing. Do you know what he's doing with the trick?
yeah, yeah, he's given Mystics,
Yeah,
oh,
and he's
and then
retelling with
retallying with
Mangog.
Mangog.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, solid team. I like it. So
I'm
definitely,
wondering if he missed because Isaac has the die
I'm
replacement.
sure that was it. You probably couldn't hit.
Yeah, I mean they're all rocking 18s or 19s, and this guy's gonna have an 11,
Yeah,
maybe
or
12.
he changed. Yeah, or he changed the super senses on
Oh yeah, you're right.
Kobik so he'd miss and then hit him for
Oh,
6 or whatever. Because was Isaac rocking Beast? He was. So he probably got in through the shape change. Um,
well, I'm saying is on turn one. Well, you know what I think probably happened is what I think maybe. I don't know. I think he probably um, shot one of the retells
mhm.
with astronomer.
Oh yeah,
Does he have a million range and you just shoot him and then maybe Surtur and then maybe you just fade the Mangog retell? I don't know.
yeah. Because you could most likely get through and make a miss if you have low enough numbers
Right.
on the Qs. Oh,
Or
the
maybe
Q
he
failing.
or maybe he TK'd up, called in, shot one of the retells and poofed away.
It's also very plausible.
And then that way you it's harder for him to do the trick,
Yeah,
and he probably has the barrier thing too. I don't know.
yeah. Because
Like
Surtur would
barrier tech?
probably be the better bet because you don't even have to hit right to get the one penetrating.
Right, right. So,
So
yep.
they're more. It's more of a threat to the Q.
Yep.
So
Yeah, and they get no defense, so you do have to hit Surtur first.
yeah. So definitely some top tier teams here, guys. Uh, very exciting seeing all these guys at their best playing against each other. So yeah, it was fun. I got to watch some of the live feeds
Yeah,
when I
saw
could.
some of it, which is cool. At least we got something. It's better
Yeah,
than
no,
nothing.
definitely step up on WizKids for
Um,
that.
but yeah, you saw that they had it was like 115 players for this event, which
Yeah,
is right on par with what they had last year.
so
They had
that's
like
good.
116 last year,
That's pretty
and
consistent.
you didn't have to go to a convention. So this is already a win-win.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
for teams, they had 60 something teams, so it's like 180, 190 players.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. And then was it who won teams? It was Easton, right?
No,
No, no, it was who was it?
George,
George. Okay, yeah, George. And
Adam, and Matty G.
there you go. Yes, that's who it was. Yes, good. Because was it two of those are your writers, right?
Yep,
Yeah, there you go. Very cool. Are they going to write a article on their team worlds?
they should. I mean, they probably will. Adam is always down to do that.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I mean, because there's three of them, so I don't know
yeah.
how they would do it.
Or
But
just their experience.
yeah, but
So,
the they also did the WWE preview
mhm. Did you?
where they I saw a little bit of it, but you have to look at you have to like learn the new pack.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
have to figure out what
There's a lot of
what
new
they all.
powers.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
exactly.
new ring looks cool.
Yeah.
Should be good. And then yeah, they so they did end up giving out um
X-Men.
X-Men for the
Oh,
prizes, which
there.
was cool. But unfortunately, they got X-Men way earlier than the rest of us did because there's
Yeah.
something supposed to happen this Wednesday that's not, which was release day.
All right, so get into your rant. Go.
Yeah, I just feel like they should have known prior to the Friday when people put in their orders to get
Hmm.
it shipped out the next week that it wasn't
Well,
going to be there.
tell what it is that happened.
So for the some of you guys don't know, or you hopefully you guys know if you
Yeah,
pre-ordered,
got it.
your person told you. Uh, the X-Men animated series was supposed to be released this Wednesday, November 11th. I got an email.
September 11th.
September 11th, excuse me. Um, I got an email in the middle of the day from a WizKid saying that product got pushed back until the 25th because of the hurricane in the Atlantic. So I feel like they should have known more than the Friday before if it was going to be 2 weeks late. But that's just my opinion. So
Agreed.
I don't know. And it, as a store owner and someone that was expecting to be running events, I'm now not running events, so my projected sales are pushed
Yep.
back, which puts people
Stress.
who sell their product,
Yes.
in an uncomfortable position. So
Yes, that's the same.
so
We had we had a sealed release on Wednesday, and then the following Tuesday was supposed to start League
mhm.
or with X-Men. Well, that's 2 days of guaranteed good sales because people are going to come and get their stuff. Not only that, but throughout the week they're going to buy product, right?
Yeah.
And then uh, the following weekend was supposed to be Regenesis month 3 for us.
Mm-hmm.
But the good thing about Regenesis month 3 is X-Men Animated will be legal. So we should get a bump in people coming in to play because they can play Regenesis with animated series. Now that doesn't happen. Our month 3 is just going to be Regenesis, and a lot of people have their stuff already. So the one because for us we allow them to bring figures from home to play as well. In addition, so it's like you basically buy boosters and you bring some figures from home. So it's like half and half.
No, and that's pretty popular among like, the stores and stuff.
Yeah, especially if you're doing gravity feeds, so you're only given like 3 or 4 boosters, so you want to make sure that they have enough to play.
Yeah, no, of course.
But that sucks. But this isn't the first time. This has happened a bunch of times. Like the last one was, I want to say, it was either EarthX or Rebirth where they pushed it back a week.
Yeah.
Something like that because I remember having to cancel the event for that Wednesday and like, we got postponed to another week.
Black Panther was late too, or it was shorted. No, that's what I think. I don't think it was late, but it was shorted. That's what.
But there was one that was late. I just remember
late.
because I had to tell everybody it's not happening this Wednesday. We have to push back the following Wednesday. And even goes back to as far as like Superior Foe Spider-Man. Remember they had like that train crash?
I wasn't playing when that happened.
Dang, dude.
So there's a train crash?
Yeah, there was like a train crash or something. You could look it up. That happened. That apparently had their stuff.
It's like it's like you hear the truck turned over on the highway with Heroclix everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something always happens, and it's either just how in sports there's like people who are injury prone.
Yeah.
Where you just can't rely on them because they always get hurt, either through no fault of their own or maybe just negligence.
But it's like that flaky friend that says they're going to be there all the time and just can't.
Kind of like that. But yeah, and then there's always some kind of outside force that happens why they get that. But then you look at the other people or other things like, well, that doesn't happen to them. Why is it always this? Right? Like, I can't remember. So I follow Magic all the time. Like, I'm a Magic guy. I know, hate that. Sorry, guys, but I'm a Magic guy. I
appreciate it.
I'm like balls deep in Magic.
You start slinging singles?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I used to. But I don't remember. I'm trying to remember the last time they have missed a release date.
I don't know.
And I can't think of a time they have. And they've been doing this a long time.
Over 25 years old now?
They've been doing this for, over 25 years. You'd think at some point they would have had something hiccup. Maybe they have, but I would say within the last 5, 6, 7 years, because when I used to run a store, I remember we never had to worry about Magic missing their release date, ever.
Yeah.
Not once. So when we had a pre-release setup, or we had some event, we were 100% guaranteed that we were going to get it at that. And Magic, they have more at stake because they're the number one game.
Mm-hmm.
So if something goes wrong with them, it's really, really bad, right? Because a lot of the stores, their lifeline is Magic.
Yeah. They
So
can't
if
fuck up.
you miss, so let's say you projected for the month you're gonna have sales and events for this at uh okay, so Wednesday's the Friday's the release. That's when they do the release. The release is Friday. You're gonna have their big whatever, and then the week before that's a pre-release. Okay, so you're planning, you're budgeting, boom, boom, boom. If something happens where that's canceled, unlike Heroclix, that's like 100 people coming for a pre-release.
Pre-release, yeah.
So
Dude, they come
if
out
it has to
in
get pushed
numbers.
back, if it has to get pushed back, that's really really bad because that's over 100 people. They're gonna come for your pre-release weekend that you're not getting, and each of them are paying anywhere from $25 to $30 a head.
Yeah,
So think about it. That's
and
like 3 grand or so
I,
that you just don't get for another
dude,
week, and you're gonna inevitably lose a lot of people because maybe they can't come the next week because they planned it for that week.
yeah, people who don't go to other events will go to pre-releases,
Yeah, yeah. So,
and that's true for all games. So
but
yeah, they got well,
For HeroClix, I guess it's not as big a deal because it's not it's not that big. So
yeah,
it's kind of like, well, the homeless guy died. Not a big deal. It's
yeah,
a big deal to some people, but in the grand scheme of things, it's that, right? So for stores that run HeroClix, it's like, okay, cool. It just means we can run in a more Magic event.
yeah,
But if it was the other way, it's bad. But for like a store like me and you, where we only do HeroClix, this is our lifeline.
yeah,
So we're probably the only two I can even think of that do this.
yeah.
So it impacts us a lot more than it normally would.
Than other stores. So
Yeah, like way, way different. So, I mean,
well, and I know a lot of my customers aren't getting cases or bricks because of how expensive this set is, and they're just going to go the singles route or
right.
just buy boosters. So
Yeah, or playing
you know, I
seals or
make
whatever,
yeah,
battle royals.
singles and boosters are more profitable for me. So versus the cases of the bricks.
Yes. Oh, yeah, it
So
always is. It always is because you got to give that price break. Always get a
yeah,
price break
you buy
for
more
the
cheaper it
pre-orders,
is.
which is why I don't really do pre-orders. I don't because I mean, if I do it just because people want to get ahead, so I give them a little bit discount.
Yeah,
But if I were to sell, let's say I sell 2 cases, right, just for example, let's say I'll sell 2 cases and I get like 150 per brick, right? Let's say I get 900. What is that? Sorry, $600 for 2 cases.
yeah,
Okay, so I get 600. If I don't sell those, I'm still going to sell those in store at $18 a booster,
yeah,
which is
exactly.
180 a brick, which translates to $720 for 2 cases. Now, if the difference is you get that 600 up front,
Hmm.
or you can wait a week and get 720.
Exactly.
So for me, I'd wait the week. That's why I don't do those because I'm gonna like regardless of whether or not I get it right away, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that sale no matter what because that's just how it is. It's just whether or not I want to get it if I can wait a week.
No, that makes sense.
Because waiting a week or a few days ups your margin. You make an extra $120 than
Yeah,
selling it at a discount because when it's something new like this, because it's going to move. There's to me, I lose money if I sell it pre-order because if I'm going to sell it at full price, why would I sell it at a discount? Like if I know 100% I'm going to sell it at full price, why would I ever do it at a discount? The only reason why I would ever do something for a discount is if I need to blow it out because I have too many.
no, yeah,
So like I see a lot of people do, like if I know I'm going to sell Q Prime, why would I give somebody a discount if I know somebody's going to pay me 250 or 260? Why would I give it to them for 200? Unless
exactly.
unless it's like you or a friend or whatever. But
Yeah,
it's like
the,
if you're not going to
there's the
buy,
homie
somebody else
hookup,
will.
and then there's yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's how I think of it when it comes to sealed product
mhm.
because we are a store that people come to. So they are they don't even blink twice about paying full price for a booster. But obviously, if they buy a brick, I will give a discount because the more you buy, the
Yeah,
you can sell it. for less, but for sure, I would prefer to sell it all at full price, obviously.
Yeah,
So,
that is the goal.
but now that World is over, now we have. I was looking forward to next week's new metagame if people are going to be playing in any kind of rock events and stuff. But since we don't get X-Men for 2 more weeks, I guess this is the like the metagame going forward until it's
Yeah.
the metagame for another month.
So yeah, WizKids, WKOs are what, August or October, November?
I don't know. I thought
Yeah.
I thought it would be announced already, but have they announced it?
They usually don't announce till like a month before, which
No, they
I
have to
feel
do it. No, they have to do it farther ahead because they have to. The stores have to. They have to solicit to the stores, and stores will start advertising their.
the stores know, but
Well,
not
that's
on
why
like
there hasn't been any store that has gotten their stuff.
I haven't seen anyone. The ones that I usually follow haven't posted anything.
Yeah, same here. So I'm wondering when that is
Yeah.
because I kind of want to play in some of them for modern, but I would like to play it after X-Men is out
Yeah.
because I want to see how much X-Men impacts the metagame
That
because there's
new
a lot of good stuff in X-Men, right?
yeah, the new storm.
Storm, as dude, like you can call her in twice. Oh no, sorry, she's a prime, so only once.
Yeah.
Or you could just play her,
Yeah.
but most likely
Colin.
it's a call in. Yeah. Also, there's that Magneto that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good
There's a
call in.
couple Magnetos.
No, I'm talking about the 2x2.
Okay, yeah. He has some interesting powers. It's escaping me at the
Like
moment.
he can do like free TK. I think he has pulse wave. He
Yeah,
seems pretty good, and because
I
there
think
are
he's
two ID cards, you could call him in.
and I think he has a move and attack, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's always helpful.
yeah.
Unlike the LE Magneto that has sidestep. You know how I feel about that one.
Uh,
It's a
yeah.
it's a personal thing.
Um, how many points is he? 125.
Yeah,
Yeah, but this
he
new
should
one
have.
is what, like 100?
I think so. Yeah, he's not as many points. I think about
So there's a
100.
lot of like I feel like some Blackbird teams will come back.
Yeah.
I don't know how good they'll be, but um, it is easy to kill them, right?
Yeah, the Blackbird goes down pretty quick, but
So check
if
this
you
out.
if you can
Check this out.
time it right.
If you play the boxing ring with them
Hmm.
and you move the Blackbird up into the ring and you surround it with whatever, and then you can bring one colossal X-Men
Hmm.
up inside the ring too.
Iceman
How are they going to shoot you? Because they can't.
can't.
You filled up the whole map. You filled up the whole ring.
Yeah,
It'll be very hard for them to take a shot. Which means that your deflection and your perplex and the -2, they just might miss you,
that would be the plan
right?
if you're. Yeah.
Because the Blackbird will be a 20D, and the guys attacking are going to be like a 10 or 11 attack.
Yeah.
Because if and if they do hit, they're not doing to damage because they have to do all their attack, right? So that you get hit for 3, maybe 4. That
Hmm.
doesn't kill the Blackbird,
No.
and then now you get to retail, maybe.
Yeah, definitely with the Colossals, I think that yeah, you're right. The Blackbird team will have much more of a fighting chance.
Yeah, which means they
They're
can
just
call in a bunch of people. Like they could call something, and then they can real boy someone. Like and you can real boy a lot easier now because there's like these 20, 30 point retaliators.
yeah, yeah.
That's
What is it?
really quick.
Because what isn't Iceman only like 15?
Yeah.
So
So one hit on the Blackbird, you can real boy Iceman already
yeah. Boop.
because the Blackbird takes a hit, it takes a click, so then it goes to 20.
Hmm.
Boom. Then you
Then
real
you roll
boy,
again.
and then you roll again, and then you can call in regular, and now you have two guys.
Ooh,
It's pretty good.
it's good.
And then
Yeah,
you have more retails in the back that are just waiting. So I don't know. I think that could be something, but
yeah.
it's not going to
Just
mean
have the
anything if you have like QQ Trelane messing up your dice.
It's
Just don't
true,
hit.
but a good solid pulse wave will knock those Qs right into the
Yes,
next
so
Tuesday.
Pulse Wave has to be a thing now, right? With those things in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that means even more call-ins for Pulse Waves are a must.
Which are the two new, the LE Storm, I believe, has it. The Hammer, the Asgardian Storm has Pulse
So
Wave,
boom, there you go.
and I believe the Prime Storm has it too.
And I think this Magneto does too, but
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
I don't know.
It's
Have
very
you
unlike
looked at it?
Magneto to not have a Pulse Wave.
Probably just like look it up, huh?
Oh, the forums.
Have
Yeah,
they updated theirs? No, they haven't, right?
I haven't. The units is not updated. I can check the
So you always got
forums.
to go to the news and rumors.
Yeah. Let's see.
Also, watch. Let me do this.
Oh man. Do you know what number he is?
I mean, he's a colossal.
Is he a rare, uncommon?
I think is it uncommon? Yeah.
Do 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 do. There he is. All right, found him. He's 25 points, 100 points, 200 points, and 300 points. He has 8 range, single target, and he has pulse wave telekinesis. There you go.
See,
Oh god damn it, he's got sidestep. Sidestep
but I
pulse wave
believe
does
he
not
can
work.
use. No, but I feel like he has something else.
He has protected, penetrating psychic blast. He has impervious and magneto attack to modify defense +1 for every 2 squares the attacker is away from him. Oh no, when Magneto is attacked, yeah, modify his defense. He has
So
a call
you'd
for
have to play
retaliation.
him. So you'd have
Huh?
to play him at 100
Yeah.
to be able to do the pulse wave thing.
With a 10 attack.
Yeah. But at 25, that's it. It's not really. Yeah.
You get
I
TK
guess I guess
and a retail.
well, because I was saying you call him in at 100, and then he can
Yeah.
pulse. But that's probably not that. Because he only has sidestep, which is.
Yeah, that's rough.
But I mean, who knows? Maybe you could play him at 200.
Well, no, like I'm just being. There's a way to use the Magneto with the sidestep. You can put up the barrier. Like if you have the zero ring, you can put up barrier
Right.
or sidestep around a wall. It's doable.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
just a
not
lot.
as. It's more positioning. It's not as easy as calling in Banshee or
And
Storm
just
that
running
can just run shot.
for it, right?
Yeah, makes things much easier. Um, then yeah, I think all the whole set's pretty much spoiled at this point.
Yeah.
That we have to
But
wait
also,
2.5 weeks for.
oh shoot. Okay.
A
So
little
the
less
other thing is, uh, probably around the same time that it's legal is the X-Men. I'm sorry, the WWE will be legal.
Yeah. Do we have a release date for that yet?
I think they're coming out in October.
Yeah, I was.
So basically a week after that.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see a hard release date yet.
I'm pretty sure that the starter is going to come out first.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe they all come out at the same time, but I was under the impression that the starters come out first and then the regular set comes out.
I think that would probably be best to give people a chance to
Yep,
learn the rules.
Right.
But I feel like some of these powers are really good on them. Just like the full free move,
Mm-hmm.
not being able to be targeted, like that's just it makes them I think there's going to be some competitive WWE clicks. I'm calling it now.
Yeah, I mean, I think just from the fact that they can they have that thing where they have the grand entrance where they can't be attacked on turn like if they're in the starting zone or something like that.
Or if they're like, I think it's like on top click or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't see a street date for it yet. I'm looking on Alliance now. But yeah, it should be good. So, and after WWE clicks, there's one more Star Trek set before the end of the year, hopefully. And
Man, we need to get that restock on Resistance and Futile because
I don't know if there's any more coming, dude.
You know what? I talked to my rep, and he's like, yeah, he said we should be because he was telling me that they usually get like they usually get uh like they come in waves
I
because
the
that's what he
last
told
time
me,
I
and
heard
I
they're getting 50 bricks in, but I think that was like 2 weeks ago. Oh, Southwest has some in stock.
right now.
Yeah,
Oh well, shoot, I gotta get some.
Southwest. You gonna order from the Southwest warehouse?
Yeah, why not?
You
I do it
crazy.
all the time. Why?
Where's that one? Where's
The,
that one at?
just I mean it takes they do it all the time. I mean
Yeah,
you can order from anywhere, you know that, right?
yeah. No, I've ordered from the Midwest before.
Yeah.
That's
You
where I got
just
my first Black Panther restock. Took a fucking week to get here.
yeah, see. Um
Sucks that they raised it the minimum the free shipping up to 5.
yeah, yeah.
I was annoyed by that because it was right after I switched over accounts from the Heroes and Dice to mine, and I'm just like, why the fuck is it 500 all of a sudden? Is it because I'm a new account? And they're like, no,
No,
everyone
that's just
changed.
what it is, yeah. Because
Yeah,
I got a call too from them saying, hey, this is what it is. Like, okay. So we have our I guess we're gonna like move on here. Our trial, we're gonna have to start really planning it. But I
yeah,
know that the Texas guys are interested.
nice. I
So,
yeah, I talked to a couple of venues, and they seem interested in hosting a couple trials or a trial at least, just
yeah,
to see how it goes. So that'll be good. Um, yeah, I got to set a date for mine.
yeah, we will. Yeah, we should be able to figure this out. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, you're right. They do have. Well, yeah, because I gotta get these. Is the wow the oh, the Fast Forces is still there too. Okay, interesting. Um, but we have to get that. We have to get that kit already going. So
Yeah.
we'll have to definitely talk about that. So,
Oh, I found a
um,
parallax card.
I don't know what else. I mean, there's really nothing else if we had other. But I mean, Worlds was
That
obviously
was Worlds, man. Yeah, a
yeah,
little bit of
good. I mean, definitely would want to probably check it out next time. But because you know, it looked like it was really good because it's not at a convention.
yeah. And yeah, no, all the comments that I saw about everyone said it was a good time. It was much easier going than trying to hustle
Of
around a busy
course,
city with
yeah.
the convention and everyone going
With
crazy.
the other
And in
convention
the middle
people.
of winter,
Yeah.
because
So
I think it was
yeah, this
snowing
worked out
last
pretty good.
year. So yeah, was were you able to get all your con exclusives that you needed?
I mean, Richard got him because
Okay,
he won.
nice.
Right? They got top four in
Yeah,
team sealed, so he was able to get me at least one set.
nice. Very
So
cool. Yeah. And then was
well,
it
I mean,
Alyssa went too, right?
yeah, yeah, and she got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
So
sounds good.
all right.
Cool. Well, that's it, man.
Well, I
I
don't
think
know
this
what
is our
else.
this is
There's
our
nothing
shortest
else really
episode ever.
over.
We're gonna be under an hour. Woo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we
Yeah,
could save it for more next week when we go
yeah.
through more
More X
Bronze
Men,
Age. Yeah,
Bronze Age
Bronze
X
Age
Men.
too. Oh, especially because Bronze Age will have X-Men in it, so there'll be other teams.
This is true.
So,
And
and we
we
should
can
have more news about the kits next week too.
yeah, and we'll look at the WWE powers
Yeah.
more next week
Yeah,
too.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, we should do that.
We'll
Okay.
sit down with that.
Well, I guess that's it. It's a quick yeah, under an hour, but um hopefully we can get Isaac on next week too. We'll find
That-
out.
yeah, that'd be cool.
And
Well, where are they
just
located at?
I think like New Jersey or something like that.
Ooh,
East Coast for sure.
we might have to get on really early.
Yeah, we will.
It's
So,
fine.
all right. Well, I guess with that, guys, we'll see you next week. When in doubt, perplex the attack.
Don't forget to practice rolling your dice, guys. Take it easy.